It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. A dash of frosting! To the freezer! Shine down! The show begins! A little amuse-bouche! I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. Open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Hold on, which door are you talking about?
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right. Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
That's strange. These don't look
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
by the looks of it. This was a one-person camp. Ventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date. You really
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon definitely a pro rummager from all those treasure chests. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills.
No kidding. You're is so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but I thought that was just me.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably hasn't changed in millennia. Sadly, up above, on dry land, everything has changed. The treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned into a national sensation. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale, but this only drove up the popularity all the more. Modeste was right about that too. He predicted all of it. He was praised as a genius, while I, as the one person who'd ever disagreed with him, was labeled a talentless fool. Modeste tried his best to console me, but I knew better than anyone just how great the gulf was between us. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. Fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further hurting myself where I did not belong? I told myself that maybe one day, when I finally created a masterpiece of my own, I'd be able to face him without shame. Maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing, I'd be able to on my face. How about we go on one more adventure, for old time's sake? Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he after Modeste had already died.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient, the birthplace of Dato de Boer.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli did have to do with it.
Debor has being the perfection, but as he baked, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitter. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses. Over the course of the finest culinary talent of his generation, now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything. And because we had been changed, I cannot, yet despite everything.
The treasure of Remoria?
So, also,
Modeste told me did he hope I would gain? But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph doing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute a genius, the next a joke. It would surely spell the restaurant. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn shown to him by the history books. I cannot let it come to pass. I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering with his notes to remove the damning details, leaving mere fragments of our story behind. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's the price of destroying all evidence of my crimes, then so be it. I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy and see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say—
so we thought.
The treasure of Remoria. Savelli, you tried the truth. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of— Oh, it's—
Monica?
Escoffier?
Savelli? So he came here.
all that.
Monica?
Pie hole!
You barbarian shall be slain.
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out! There is no escape! Wrath from the sky!
Why is this place still shaking? Enough chit-chat.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no, you don't. If I can't get what I want, I've got nothing to show for my life's work. So if I can take another so genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth.
Yours?
So, I may be a lousy but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space. Ugh.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Venejem!
What did you
We had some.
It was my fault. Escoffier had to leave. Come back, Escoffier.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time. All I could think about was the Lumiline situation. What was it you said again?
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not nearly as awful a chef as you think. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over a lot. But when it comes down to it, you're the one who's always doing whatever it takes to make sure the customers get served on time, every time.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left, and Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. They keep coming back. If that's not an endorsement of your work, I don't know what is. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can do is recognize where we get it wrong and do our best to improve. That's all that's humanly possible.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I did to Fermont and to Escoffier, it's unforgivable.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Fermont? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly refused to go and see you after you fell ill. No. But...
Actually...
Huh?
We thought and as it turned...
No way!
It can. A small...
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking,
there's...
You mean...
Oh.
Let's not be too quick to... So you better make sure...
I will. I'm sorry. Is it just...
It's because the heating...
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking on all the ovens in the... I would have figured it out the day of the bake...
No. I spent so... It all comes...
Oh, do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? And you clearly have no idea, genius or not. You're only a... Surely you... So you got your mojo back?
Yeah.
My friends again!
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But...
Right. And all...
Grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch...
Hey!
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide victory for a Scuffy!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks
Now, where were we? I thought Navia would have filled you in. I had two reasons for leaving. The food safety incident, of course, but the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to
improve.
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Kiss, lizard tails, nothing's off the table. Whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we... Case in point, remember those
What?
And the other half?
Uh-oh. Paimon's...
In the meantime... Oh, of course.
Surely Monica... She practically dedicated her...
Since you mentioned the treasure, the so-called treasure of remorse is likely a substance that the... Don't forget. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable and ancient. Even if Sibeli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing in those ruins but worthless junk. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for her. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey! Huh? You just got back. Did you see anything? Experts say.
Wait!
If only.